Oh, look, I forgot to hit the mic mute button. See what happens when I take a week off? I forget how all of this stuff works. Croesus says maybe he's telling secrets to himself. This was possible. I was not telling secrets to myself. I was having a long conversation with all of you. And yes, my mic was absolutely muted. So here we are. Yeah, okay. So Achilles says, good evening, how you feeling? So we'll address that. I am feeling a lot better. So I have, what I have learned is that I have without getting into too much detail, I have a bulging disc in my spine, and apparently sitting for extreme periods of time aggravates that to the point where it pushes on my sciatic nerve, and then suddenly I wake up in the morning in intense pain and I can't walk. So that's bad. Fortunately, I have found a good physical therapist and we're working on that. So I'm pretty much back to normal, though I do have to limit things a little bit. So at least for the next few weeks, I'm probably only going to do one stream a week. Just to make sure I'm not overdoing things and stay and get as back to normal as possible. So that is not a fun experience at all. If you've never had that, I congratulate you and encourage you to never have that. It is very, very painful. And yeah, so I dealt with it actually about 10 years ago, but it wasn't that bad. This was really, really bad. So fortunately, we're getting it under control. But I do have to limit the amount of time that I spend sitting and staring at a screen. Also, getting old sucks. So yeah, that's, Morgan, who I don't know if Morgan's here yet or not, can, she can tell me I'm not old all she wants, but yeah. I think when you get to the point where you can't stream because your hip hurts too bad, you're officially old. It's not really an old age thing. It's just more of a dumb luck thing, but, little tiny things tweak it, and we want to try and avoid that in the future. So, and then on top of that, I had a cold last week and I lost my voice, and it was just one thing after another. So, but fortunately now I am moving around again. I am largely out of pain, which is very, very good for me. And hopefully we'll be 100% after the next few weeks, but I'm going to play it safe just to play it safe. No reason to take the risks if we don't have to. Matasbo says same. Heartless Toaster says 69 likes and he speaks. Necrosis says I have problems with that. Yeah, it's rough. Cousin Todd says, I don't know what I'd do if I couldn't sit for long periods of time, exercise or something crazy like that. Yeah. And, me says YouTube torso twist stretch. It helps a lot. That's kind of one of the things on my list of exercises that I now have to do twice a day. But we've got to get the problem down before I can go too crazy. So Mr. Kill says, try reclining in your seat. Yeah, that's actually the problem, I think, for me, is reclining. What I need to do is, when I recline too much in the seat, it curves my back too much. So I actually need to get better about having proper posture, sitting up straight. And I think once I get into these habits, we'll be fine. So, but we're going to play it safe. Necrosis says 40s are the new 20s. Yeah, I'm now officially in my 40s. It's not like my 20s. It's not. Cousin Todd says, I'll be straight with you. You're old. I am too. There we go. At least we have some honesty there. Achilles says, I threw out my back sneezing in my 20s, so I guess I'm pretty old too. Yeah, it doesn't take much. It really doesn't. Tristan says, how's everyone doing on Scorched loot? I honestly got everything in the loot pool within the first 2 hours. And I don't know if I got everything, but I definitely got a lot. Especially on PC over the weekend where they doubled or increased, I should say, the spawn rate. All right, so first things first. We're going to the atomic shop. Let's get our free stuff. Oh, good. Trail fireworks. They're so useful. And the Corvega trailer. Ah, that's free for Fallout First members. Okay, there we go. Now I'm getting my money's worth. And let's just see what... Why is this not moving? I really dislike... There we go. Sometimes this menu just doesn't work right. So the utility room bundle, I don't think I need this. Yeah, it's got some stuff I don't have, but it's stuff I don't really care about. Linoleum floors, clean water purifier, dungeon door. The dungeon door is kind of cool, but I don't really need to buy a whole bundle for that. I already have the good stuff. Necrosis says I'm at work, so hurry up and give me some quality content to distract me from having to finally come to work. I'll do my best. And by that I mean I have a microphone, so you have to listen to everything I have to say. And let's see here. Cousin Todd says, threw out my back reaching over for the seatbelt once. Yeah, it's rough getting old. It is. Killy says, finally got the Grim Reaper today. I think I got that on one of my characters. And Kalani's here and says, aloha, aloha, Kalani. Okay, so we got our challenges highlighted. Let's start a team. We're going to try and knock out as many of these tonight as we can. And I think I'm in a costume. Yes, I'm in the pirate costume. This is weird. I wish we had a setting to change the field of view on Xbox. I changed it on PC. I went really wide and I was playing in third person. It's almost like isometric. It's crazy. And now I feel like I'm so up close to everything. Okay, so let's go to Path to Enlightenment. Necrosis says, my back's screwed from 25 years of playing in bands and falling off stages. Yeah, you're not supposed to fall off the stage. That hurts. I think I did that once. But generally I didn't, which was good. Alright, Gunfu needs to come off here, I think. For this event, Gunfu sucks. Because you lose track of the fireflies you kill. Because they're just so tiny. Alright, fireflies, where you at? Okay, we're already at 26. Necrosis says, I don't wear my glasses on stage, so that's the problem. Ah. Samik says, field of view is awful on Xbox. Getting third person zoomed out is the best you can get. Yeah. Yeah, and that's not really far enough for me. I found that I kind of like the really zoomed out third person that you get with that huge wide field of view, but just normal third person like that is still just a little weird for me. I'll adjust to it after a minute or two. It's no big deal. I'm going to steal your bioluminescent fluid. I got it. Right, these two are close together. I should be able to keep track of them. There we go. Sometimes there's a magazine over here. We'll take that. And some drugs. John W. says, did you get the popcorn machine? Not yet. I've got to do the challenges this week on PC and Xbox. The first week, I did them on Xbox. The second week, I did them on PC. This week, I have to make sure I do them on both. I thought there were like 4 weeks of it. I'm not going to lie, I was just totally wrong. I didn't really pay that much attention. Because if I'm being brutally honest, the event just isn't very interesting to me. Overfat Kid says, have you seen Riveter's Squid game? I have not. I did see there was another Twitch streamer who was doing something similar. And that's cool. And we'll still do those from time to time, too. Especially, like, you know, the next few weeks we're probably just going to do one stream a week, but it can go a little bit later, so maybe sometimes we'll just jump over and do a little bit of that at the end. We'll see how things go. And there we go. And now... Oof. Every time I have done the animation there, I didn't die. Thought maybe it gave me a pass, but apparently not. Okay, Alex Sullivan with the food topic of the night. Two-parter since Fisty skipped us last week. What's the best Halloween candy to get, and what's the best food to eat while recovering while suffering from a bulge disc? Best Halloween candy? I don't know. I think it's Reese's Pieces for me. Nobody ever gives out Reese's Pieces, and I like Reese's Pieces. And no, the generic ones aren't just as good. And the peanut butter M&Ms, while they're still good, are not the same. As for the best food to eat while recovering, in my opinion, after last week, the best food to eat is none. Because, at least for those first few days, everything caused pain. Everything caused pain. Sitting caused pain. Laying down caused pain. Driving places to get food caused pain. I don't even want to reminisce about that. Morgan says Reese's Pieces or peanut butter M&Ms. Yep. Yeah, I mean, I really like peanut butter M&Ms, but if I have to choose, I'm going to take Reese's Pieces all day long. Overfat Kid says Riveter's game will likely be way more fun than my bridge game. Also, his is in your world. Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. Riveter is a regular here. Don't see Riveter yet tonight, though. Alex says Reese's Pieces are so much better than peanut butter M&Ms. I agree. Wholeheartedly. John says you need to float in a pool, no stress on the back. Yeah, that would be nice. Alright, so we got to knock out some events. Rad Rat Horde, that seems like an easy one. Morgan says, I tried to convince my nephew that Reese's Pieces were poison and he wasn't having it. Well, I mean, duh. Is your nephew an idiot? I mean, not to be rude, but, you know. I'm not sure what kid's gonna fall for that one. Kids may be naive and often dumb, but I don't think any kid's that dumb. John W. says, I used to like the weirdo penny candy that I would never ever see anywhere else but on Halloween. Yeah, that can be fun, too. Bong Waters here and says, hello. Tristan says, even if Reese's Pieces were poison, I'd die for them. There you go. Morgan says, no, he's not an idiot. He just knows I'm full of crap. Well, clearly, you've demonstrated that one with that little routine. Come on, Morgan. Gonna convince a kid his candy is poison. All right, let's take care of some super mutants. We'll get another quick event completion. Now, one upside to being pretty much laid up for about a week was I got to catch up and rewatch lots of TV shows. I did a rewatch of the entire Battlestar Galactica series, which is still amazing. Morgan says, I'm in the queue. Not sure if anyone's running nukes. Liddy says, want some nukes? I'll throw 3. Hey, have at 'em. Whoever wants to run nukes can run nukes. Alright, any more super mutants out here? There's Samik. We're still in caution, but I don't see anything else. Alex says, Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. Yeah, I watched all of Battlestar Galactica, and then I watched Caprica after that. Which is a shame that show didn't get to continue. I should let InsultBot insult me before I... Can I not interact with you if you're not here for me? Fine, you don't want to insult me, you can die. Oh, you're a robot, you count as a challenge. Bongwater says I had to re-add you, I don't know why. Oh yeah, I guess I should check on that. I haven't been on in a while. Let's pull up the Xbox. Trusty Xbox app on the phone. There we go. Oh, there's a whole bunch of people. Okay, let's get them added here. I gotta remember to check this when I'm not streaming, so that we don't need to do it right when I'm streaming. There we go. Necrosis says, can someone nuke my work? Bidet and I'm angry already. Alright, what else can we do here? We got to destroy robots, so I'm thinking I'm going to hit encrypted quick. That should give us plenty of them. So yeah, so I rewatched all of Battlestar Galactica and Caprica, and then I felt like I had enough sci-fi. Then I watched that new show on Netflix, or I guess it's the miniseries Made, which was horribly depressing and sad. And was absolutely fantastic, but was super depressing and sad. I guess I should put the key card in here, shouldn't I? go. Cirx here says, almost missed this. I'm making dinner, Fisty. How are you? I'm doing really good.
That means I left unfinished business for you. Sit well with me.
Got to remember there's a garden gnome and a teddy bear up there next time we do.
A rogue assaultron. A tough one. This thing's got a shield so strong hardly anything will dent it. But I have just the solution for that. There are 3 pylons set up around.
Croesus says, I got a non-legendary encrypted spawn yesterday. I've heard of that.
Long story short,
People have been saying with the
juice that pumps from
change they made to spawn more Spooky Scorched,
reactive to down it.
that it's messed with legendary spawns around the map.
Hope you fare better than I did.
Now that they've... Oh no, somebody toggled the thing already. Who toggled the thing already? You get a angry, frustrated emote. I mean, I almost never wait the whole time, but you gotta wait more than a minute. And that's the rule, boys and girls. If it's not your card, keep your fingers off the terminal. This is amateur hour. Yeah, pretty much. Oh well. I'm sure we'll be okay. But yeah, if you're in the world and you were taking your sweet old time getting here, I'd suggest against that. Yeah, mister, I triggered the event early. You better take some pylons. Alright, got my 15 robots. If you're going to trigger the event early, at least take the pylons. Where is she? Did we lose a pylon holder? Oh, we lost a pylon holder. There she is. Should still be able to take her out pretty quick. Uh-oh. Gonna try and keep an eye on where she is. She came back for a sec. There she is. And now she's dead. Ooh, a bloodied handmaid. What else is on that? That's interesting. Limb damage. Morgan says, whose card was it? It was mine. And Mr. Kill says, first nuke. Yep, first nuke's coming down. So we'll get down to the queen. I should see what my well-rested, very well-rested. Okay, let's pop some lunch boxes quick. Hazel says, what weapon are you using? This is a vampire's explosive handmade. And we need some food. Okay. Let's head on down to the Queen. Oh no! Morgan says, throw him out of the world. Automatic expulsion for triggering it early. I can't do that. Bongwater says, in queue. What's the best area to farm springs? That's a good question. I'm not sure. Tristan says, ew, who dropped the nuke? Yeah, this one is, this one's going to probably be a no-go. I guess I could go in with stealth armor. Do I have it on me? I don't. So let's hit camp real quick. Or is it coming down on Earl? I don't know which one's the new one. Either way, it should trigger one of them. Alright, I'm going to go grab my Chinese stealth suit. Morgan says that's a bad nuke. Yeah, that's a terrible nuke. Probably not dropped by one of us. Most likely a newbie. And here's a ghost person. This is the naked ghost person that was here earlier. Alright, so we've got Chinese stealth armor just in case. Tristan says, passing on that queen. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think a lot of people are going to go, well, Cousin Todd's down there. We'll get her. Screw it. Let's put on the Chinese stealth suit. Oh, I'm going to have to dump some stuff, though. Actually, do I have a carry weight booster? I do. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's head down and see if we can take her out. I bet we can. But there's no queen, is there? Yeah, there's no event down there. So, Earl it is. Noel says, if I recall, Yao Guai's drop springs. Yes, they do, I think. Alright, I think we're going to switch to the Fixer. And we're going to put Gunfu back on. Make sure I've got everything where I want it. Okay, Funky Duds can come off. And Fireproof. Or maybe it's not Fireproof. Sizzling Style. Sizzling Style can go on. That's good. And we're going to mod the chest piece. Put asbestos on there. And I guess I should get back into my regular armor, huh? John says, did you get your excavator jetpack? I was not aware there was an excavator jetpack. See what happens when you take a week off? You know nothing. Or is it a glitch where there's some other jetpack that you can just happen to put on it? Samik says the Hellcat jetpack plan works on the excavator. Ah, I see. Okay. I see. let's see here. Do I have anything on the scoreboard to take? So I don't think we'll finish tonight. Rank 92 now. But we're going to be getting pretty close. Longwater says, I guess I'm soloing Earl. Yeah, this whole thing where there's only 8 people allowed in the lobby is kind of weird. So we've got a whole lobby here, or 8 people. So then it starts another instance for anybody else. So yeah, sounds like you're on your own unless other people join you. I'm seeing some good suggestions for where to get springs. I haven't really had that issue. I haven't really worried about springs much. I'm not sure why. I don't craft that much stuff anymore is probably why. Longwater says, I'm in with Morgan. There you go. And Tristan's there too. That's good. So hopefully some other people join up on your instance. Gotta check those bags when they drop. Hey, let me through. Alright, let's get over here. Hey. Uh-oh. Oh, that's bad, that's bad, that's bad. I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. Well, we're gonna get him down to regeneration level pretty quick here. Do I have any... I can't remember what it's called, but no, I don't have any. Alex is the one on a crafting spree for legendaries, didn't get much. I get you. It's rough. Liquid courage, says Kalani. Yes, that's what I was thinking of. All right, Earl, your children are a menace. I think I'm far enough away to avoid that one. I don't think anybody's worried about screws since this event came out. He's almost down. Let's go loot that corpse. Vampire's shish kebab. Okay. Let's just kill some Earl babies for a little while. Actually, we have that challenge to collect caps tonight. So I'm going to run. Because oftentimes you get a bunch of caps at the trunk at the end. Let's see if we can make it out in time. Yeah, it looks like we're going to make it just fine. Ah, it's only 25 this time. Oh well. Sometimes it's way more. Alright, now we'll throw on that so we can get out safely. Super Marlin says, Fisty, how you doing? I'm doing great. Alex Sullivan says, how come in VATS when you target the head, the whole body highlights? Only the selected part highlights on PC for me. I think it depends on what you're fighting. Unless that's some kind of performance limitation on Xbox, on consoles, that's possible. Alright, what did we get? 3-star legendary. Some caps. And 40 script. Anything else? What do you have for us, game? Come on. Nothing particularly exciting. We'll check our plans. Nothing. Okay. But I'm now officially overweight. Oh, I already drank one of those. Okay. How about that? Does that get me under? No. No. I don't need those anymore. Oh, those were pretty heavy. Okay. Let's get to a train station and turn in some of that script. John W. says, I read somewhere that you have a better chance of good loot if you escape the mine. That's interesting. I was not aware of that, but it would make some sense that there would be some incentive to escape the mine. Alright, I think that can go in the vending machine. It's not the greatest bloodied handmade, but it's still a bloodied handmade. That we don't need, and that we don't need. Ooh, I am almost maxed on caps. Okay, let's get back in normal apparel. And let's buy ourselves recall keycard. And some junk. The other thing you can do is just buy bulk springs from the vendors. It's not tons of them, but if you've got plenty of caps floating around, This is what I do at this point when I get close to max caps, is I just go buy the stuff that I'll eventually need. Because why not? Any plans? I don't know. Nope, got all of those. Alright, so let's get rid of some stuff. There we go. Smeek says, I don't even know the way out of that mine. Yeah, it's fairly, kind of leads you there. Oh, we got some more script here. Thank you. Thank you, Luddy. Ooh, Suppressor's Golf Club. Fancy stuff. Alright, so we've also got to kill some Spooky Scorched. Yeah, I keep saying that. It's almost like they're exactly the same thing, with very, very little effort put into them. Did I say that out loud? Do a quick run through here, see if we get any. And we can always hit some fisher sites. Unfortunately, our world already has been, our Queen Nuke site is already ruined. Because somebody dropped a bad nuke earlier. But we'll live with it. Oh, we've got a Spooky Scorched. Don't kill him before I get there. Don't kill him before I get there. There we go. I thought I saw another one glowing over here. Maybe not. I could have sworn I did. Huh. Guess not. Alright, we'll run up to the collision course area and see if that pops. Doesn't look like it today. Oh no, it did. Alright. Sweet. This is a pretty solid place to get some Spooky Scorched.
Top priority message. Radar has spotted an inbound cargo bot. We've got to secure the landing zone so we can make the drop. We need those supplies, but the cargo bot's going to attract attention, so get ready for a fight.
Alright, Spooky Scorched came back here. Alright, the non-spooky ones, I don't care. I'll just mow them down, but we'll try and let people get hits on the other ones. Necrosis says, my girlfriend keeps sending me photos of my sulky, needy dog who isn't happy I'm at work. That's just not fair. You didn't go to work to make your dog sad. You went to work to feed your dog. Dog's gonna look really sulky and needy if it's, you know, doesn't have any food. One day I'll find the way to time that and kill that. John W. says the pirate costume was one of the great rewards of Fallout 76. Now I have like 10 of them. Yeah. Croesus says homeless dog not happy. Exactly. Well, honestly, the dog will probably be perfectly content being homeless, but... Cousin Todd says, Rad Rumble. Yep, I saw it. When this one's over, we can run over there and gobble up some XP. Alright, so far so good. What do we have? 2 spookies so far? I did, over the weekend on PC with the increased spawns, I did a Distant Thunder, and there were like 12 of them at it. Cousin Todd says, I've always wondered how many purposes the multi-purpose axes have. That is a good question. John W. says, I started my new job tomorrow. I've been home with my dog for 9 months now. In the layoff, both dogs are going to be sad. I will be sad because I love spending time with them both. And that is true. But, congratulations on the new job. I know you've been looking for a while. So that is good news. The dogs will be sad, but ultimately, it's a good thing. Because the dogs will also not be homeless. And even if that doesn't bother them, generally speaking, being homeless is not good. Okay. And we got 3 out of that. That's not too bad. Where are we at on that? Did we kill... Alright, I think we killed 5 of them. Yes, we've killed 5 Spooky Scorched, so we're good there. Alright, for dailies, we still have to use photo mode in a teammate's camp 3 times. That is the dumbest challenge. One of the dumbest challenges. You just go in and click the button 3 times. Why not just make it once? Brett Johnson's here, says, hello, Fistian community. Great to see everyone. Welcome, Brett. Necrosis says, dogs are life. Yes, I miss having a dog. Where I live right now, I can't, so that is one thing I'm looking forward to when I eventually buy a house. I want to have a dog. Very much looking forward to that. All right, let's head over to Rad Rumble. Cousin Todd says, I was once unemployed for 1.5 years. It was fantastic. Oh, I'd go crazy. I went crazy being home for almost 3 months for the pandemic.
Try not to slip on the sludge piles.
I can't do idleness. I need to have things to do. Which is why you all are watching me now. Ozymandias says, don't fart in front of your new boss on the first day. Velvet says, dog sad is easily reversed by a nice tummy rub. That is true. And the other great thing about dogs is they have very short memories. So, you know, they might be sad throughout the day, but as soon as you come home and pet them, they will forget that they were ever sad. So it's kind of nice. Necrosis says, I need to find a way to bring a console to work. Just get a wireless, get a Bluetooth controller for your phone. And if you are well, I guess you have to be a Game Pass subscriber. You don't have to have this game on Game Pass, but if you are a Game Pass subscriber, you can stream the game. It kind of sucks, but you can do it. Super Marlon says, what kind of dog do you prefer, Fisty? I have generally had either German Shepherds or Pit Bulls. At one point, I also had a Lab when I was a kid. Mostly German Shepherds. Randy Williams says, I haven't had a job for the last 6 years. Is that by choice, Randy?
Feels good to clean a place up and clean bucket at the same time.
As I ask that, I realize that might be an intrusive question, and if it is, please don't be offended and feel free not to answer. Bongwater says, love my pit bull. Randy says, retired. Okay, well, that explains it, yeah. Yeah, even for me, when I retire, I'm going to have to find something to do. Maybe my mind will change once I actually retire, but that's a long way away. Morgan says, I just realized my character doesn't have clothes on. Well, what was your character up to while you were away? Clearly something more fun than everybody else's characters. Cousin Todd says, something to do doesn't necessarily have to be a job or work. That's very true. For me personally, though, a lot of the things I like to do are things that other people would consider work. There were plenty of lunch boxes that popped off at the beginning, so we should be able to crank out quite a bit of XP here. There's another legendary. Let's try and loot that. Super Marlon says you must be streaming on the newer Xbox. That is correct. Yeah, I can't. You can't. I would never stream from the old one. At this point, I don't know how I ever played this game on the old one. And I had the One X. It wasn't even the basic Xbox, but performance is night and day. Morgan says, I had to travel out of Earl because I didn't have stealth armor on me, then I put that on. Ah. We've got floaters and cave crickets down here. Gotta not get too close. Uh-oh. It's porno soundtrack time. Alright, I'll catch back up on the chat once we get through the event. This one's pretty fast-paced, so it's a little tough to go back and forth here. Death claws. Death claws are solid XP. Oh no, somebody put 100 ore in already. That's no good. We can't have that much ore in that quickly. It's like when the new guy shows up at work and starts doing everything right and makes you look bad. Can't do that. See, now we have to kill the NPCs. Oh, that one doesn't die. Okay. How about you? No, you're the named ones. Okay, so you all live. See, your friends are all dead, but you all get to live. Uh-huh. That's fair. Alright, let's go find train station to get rid of some more legendaries. Alright, let's catch back up on the chat here. Ozymandias says, Gold Fixer, is this something I missed? It's a weapon skin from the from this season. Don't remember what it's called. I'd have to really go back through here and look. No, there it is. The Judgment Paint. But yes, that is available from this season's rewards. Necrosis says trying to play this on my old release day Xbox is a nightmare. Oh yeah, I agree. Even just switching from the old Xbox One to the One X. I kept my old one in my bedroom as just kind of a backup Xbox, like just in case, or maybe I'd just jump on there to Maybe I'd jump on there just to like do script or something like that, but even that was just so bad. But now going to the new one, yeah, there's no going back. Tristan says, for some reason, when multiple people have Teslas going, it sounds like a sick drum solo. That's interesting. Necrosis says it's relegated to spare room status. Yeah, that's what I do too. Morgan says, is the guy from Encrypted here? Yeah, just ruining everybody's good time. And Morgan says, I'm stuck. I can't get out. I'm free from behind the heater or whatever that is. Why do I always get stuck in things? Oh my. I stumbled on a highly inappropriate Twitter thread the other night, and yeah, you're just no. Bammons here says, good to see you. Keep up the good streams. Thank you for that. Says wet paper bags are Morgan's worst nightmare. Okay. All right, so we need to use photo mode in a teammate's camp. There is a teammate's camp. Let's make sure we are, or is this my camp? No. Okay. All right. And where is it? Photo mode. There we go. And we need to trick or treat. Does this person have trick or treat? They do. We'll play the Can You Find My Trick or Treat bowl game. Longwater says, would you use a TSE Gauss Fisty? Honestly, probably not. Maybe, depending on, I don't know, it's legacy, but I'm not sure that it's actually one of the bugged legacies. Alright, well, we've got a bunch of stuff there that is Cheap Squatch Shard. How do I not have that? Okay, I'm not paying thousands of caps for stuff. Okay. Oh no. Well, at least we got some pictures taken. Now we need to visit another player's shelter. We might as well do that. Oh, we'll go to Morgan's camp. There we go. Morgan says, get candy from me. We're coming. Uh-oh, I'm stuck on Morgan's camp. Mr. Kill with a $5 super chat says, I have a gift for you. Come to my camp. I will do that. Camp is too nearby to fast trap. Okay. That's rare. And the regular fast travel isn't. There we go. Just gotta push the button really hard. It makes no sense. But anyway, Mr. Kill, thank you for the super chat. It is very, very much appreciated. And I will stop by your camp. after we stop by Morgan's camp and eat her candy. I think Morgan's is the closest here. Yep. Alex R says, I thought this was a food channel. Well, sometimes it is. At least if you ask the other Alex. Canaplex is here. Welcome, Canaplex. Buddy's here, says, hey, Fisty in chat. How you doing? Cirque says, everything Morgan touches gets sticky like a toddler after Halloween. What do you mean after Halloween? I've never met a child that isn't just sticky all the time. Like they wake up in the morning and 5 minutes later, their just fingers are randomly covered with candy or something. All right, so we entered there. Now we need to go see, is it Bongward or no? It's Mr. Kill. Mr. Kill, where is your camp, Mr. Kill? I don't see your camp. Morgan says, shelter is a work in progress. That's okay, Morgan. We're just, you know, playing the game and doing the challenges. So, you know, I don't have to actually go look at your shelter or spend any time in it or interact with it in any way. I just have to click on it so that I can get virtual things. And Manhunt's up again. We'll go do that. Mr. Kill says Charleston. Okay, we'll stop by after Manhunt. Charleston Station, okay.
This is the warden of Eastern Regional Penitentiary. Mad Dog Malone's on the loose.
Let's just find it quick. Yeah, I think you need to set it. Yeah, you're private. You gotta set it to public.
Surround Grafton Dam and apprehend this felon. Be sure to take him alive. I intend to make an example of him for all the other prisoners.
That seems to be, I think, the biggest problem people were having getting people to eat their Halloween candy was a lot of people don't realize that their camps are not set to broadcast. It's just so easy to forget. Morgan says, good, the speakeasy isn't done. We'll give you some time then. There it is. All right, let's go check it out. Tristan says, are we going to do any daily ops? Yes, we'll do at least one. All right, Mr. Kill, we're going to check out your camp. Do you have candy? You don't have a candy dish out. What are you doing? Okay, I'm not sure what I'm doing here. You want me to follow you? Okay, power armor station. Over Fat Kid says, I put support beams on my floating Fosnot camp. Very cool. Ah, I see. Okay. Are you giving me this whole set of armor? Oh, I see. Okay, so jetpack ultrasight helmet. Okay. Okay, so... Chameleon jetpack excavator torso. Alright, so you're giving me one of these. Okay. Got it. Jetpack ultrasight helmet. I'm okay with that. Because that negates the excavator bonus. Full set of weapon weight reduction with jetpack. Ah, okay. Cool. I'll grab it all up. Oh, I guess I should have just entered it, huh? And with another $5 super chat. Mr. Kill's giving me super chats and giving me stuff. Well, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let's put the armor on it. There we go, and then we'll step out of it. Maybe. There we go. Tristan says Mr. Kill's ally is Nakey. Sometimes that's not intended. Alright, let's... Can I rename this? Yeah. We'll just call it that. Remember what it is then. Mr. Kill again with a $2 super chat. Mr. Kill, you don't have to super chat me every time you have something to say, though I do appreciate it. I very much appreciate it. Put on a regular excavator helmet, it should work. Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you very, very much. Super Marlon says, I like how I'm the only non-bloody build on the team. Yeah, there aren't too many non-bloody builds hanging around anymore. Buddy says, should I run Bravo? That's up to you. Unfortunately, the Queen is already ruined for this server. Because whoever dropped the first nuke did a really bad job. Don't know how long ago that was. It was on there when we started the stream, so... There might be some sense in waiting. Unless we just want to run Earl again. Alright, let's do... We've got some more events to do. We've got to do a daily op. We've got to level up some more times, claim some workshops. So there's a decent bit of stuff to do here. Rubius says, are you on PC or console? Tonight I am on console. We are on Xbox. Bamman says, is Chinese stealth armor better than Secret Service armor? Yes and no. If you want to sneak and be invisible, Chinese, and be completely immune to radiation, then yes. But if you just want protection, then Secret Service armor, like from damage, then Secret Service armor is definitely better. John W. says, I might miss future streams. Thanks for the content. Well, John, we certainly hope to see you here whenever you can, but congratulations on the new job. Put more candy in there, and we've been live here for not quite an hour and a half, but in keeping with the playing it safe rule, we're going to take a quick break. Mr. Kill says, I'm heading to work. Have fun. Well, thank you for joining us, Mr. Kill. And thank you for the excavator armor. That's awesome. Brandon says, do you know what the popcorn machine does and is it worth it? It makes popcorn, and apparently that is magical popcorn that makes you less hungry and thirsty or something, I guess. Tristan says, yay, time to pick Fisty's pockets. Mr. Kill says, I'll try to stay on to chat regardless. That's awesome. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to take a very quick break. And while I'm gone, Feel free to talk amongst yourselves in the chat. Oh, I'm walking away when we had 69 concurrent viewers. That was perfect. So, I will step away for a few minutes. I won't be long. We're just going to get up and maintain the injury, and I shall return. Okay. We're back. Sorry, that took an extra couple of minutes. I forgot that we have now added a new step to employees submitting time at my job. And that means on Tuesday nights, I have to go in and approve those or nobody gets paid. And yeah, so that's fun. So it took me a couple of minutes there to go in and approve those to make sure my people get paychecks. Otherwise, you know, they might be mildly irritated. So let's catch back up on the chat. Okay, so we've got Morgan getting suspended. All right, I got to catch up on this. What do we have going on here? We still got some time on the awful nuke drop. Samik says 60 AP popcorn. Oh, that's okay. That's not bad. Nick Ronan says I'm here because I can't sleep. Well, welcome. Morgan says, did you say 69? I did. We had 69. Now we've dropped off because I took a couple of minutes away. Alex says, calm down, Morgan. Don't get suspended again. Randy says the popcorn machine's not worth the effort. Yeah, if it was 5 people a day still, I honestly don't think that I would have finished it. Just because it was so tedious to try and get it done. But at 1 person a day, that's not hard to do. Morgan says, I didn't get suspended, it was censored. Morgan says, when did the Watoga bot start selling serums? The Watoga bot doesn't sell serums, but it is possible that a player sold serums to the Watoga bot, and thus you can buy them. Morgan says, crap, I forgot to submit my time for last week. Yeah, I've got 1 person who didn't submit theirs. That's the other downside to it now, is we had this old system that seemed to work just fine. It required no maintenance from anyone, but now apparently that wasn't good enough, so now the people need to submit, and then I need to go in and approve, and it's just really silly. Tristan says, I picked your pockets while you were gone. You got a lot of pocket lint. This is possible. I miss pickpocketing. I think we should be able to do that, even if it's just junk. It was a thing in every other Fallout game. It should be a thing in this one. I know that it's bound to cause some people to get upset, but whatever. It was a fun mechanic. I'd also like to be able to put grenades in people's pockets. Even if they have pacifist on and it doesn't hurt them, it would still be cool just for the grenade to go off and scare them. Morgan says, we use Maven Link. Yeah, we use Workday. It's horrible. Hate it. It's the stupidest system in the world, and now they want us to, like, document every conversation we have with people, and even when it's good stuff, like, comes through as though we're writing them up. It's just, it's so weird. Who else says the bad nuke is gone? There we go. Well, then I think Morgan said she's heading to Bravo. Tristan says they complained about the PvP in this game, so they made it so difficult to do. They'll do the same with pickpocketing if people complain enough. Yeah. I don't know. Even if they made it like a fun thing, like there was just one thing you could pickpocket, and anyone could do it and it just wasn't really of that much consequence, it would just be fun to be able to do. But, you know, I'm also an advocate for bringing back numerous darker things to the game. I mean, I understand why you don't have just unfettered PvP. That is different. That can be really, if you are on just trying to relax and have fun and people just keep harassing you, that's obnoxious. But there are things, just overall darker tone kind of things that I'd like to see in a wasteland. Our mutations should visually change our characters. I think there should be some of those. I think they should repurpose the Lover's Embrace perk, which they kind of did for your allies, but I think they should do it for players. So you can have a kind of, so you could have a sort of prostitution in the game. Doesn't need to be anything graphic, just you know, put up your heart neon sign and sell the ability to sleep next to you for 10 caps for an XP buff. So Fat Kid says there's wedding rings in the game as well. Yeah, you should be able to do that. Like, I understand that you're not just going to make the game... You're not just going to import all the dirty mods into Fallout 76 and make that a thing. I get that, and I'm not advocating for that, but... It is a game for adults. There should be some wasteland-type things in it. Morgan says, someone on the server jumped me for the nuke. Uh-oh. Well, hopefully they don't drop a crappy one. We're going to get our 10th event here. Bethesda could bring back child slavery and child killer in the next Fallout. Yeah, I don't think you're ever going to see child killer come back. And I completely understand why. You just can't. There are things that realistically you just can't do. Because it's just going to cause too many problems. But Morgan says, screw him, he can do it himself. Yeah, there you go. Levi's here, just hanging out in Bravo. Oh, Levi is, okay. Levi is a viewer here on the stream, so maybe it wasn't an intentional nuke steal there, Morgan. I think everybody's got hits at this point. Tristan says the low intelligence dialogue choices were magnificent back in the older Fallouts. I agree. They were great. Oh no. Alright, so we got our 10 events. We still need to trick or treat for more camps. So we've got a few here. We can go to Dock of Death's camp. Morgan says, I'll go make coffee. Now, I did have an idea the other day that probably is not workable, but rather than the random legendary crafting that we currently have, I would love to see actual legendary crafting and not just random effects or assigned effects or picking the effect you want. I think you should be able to create your own legendary effect. For X amount of modules and cores, you should be able to add, 1% damage to X thing or under certain conditions. Like, use the effects they have, but build them yourself very steadily over time. Randy says, don't kill the last robot in the trailer. Door closes and you can't loot him. Did that once. Yeah, I've had that too. Pepe says, are you giving out some fixers? I've put everything, I generally put everything in my vending machines very cheap. So. Oh, come on, game. I'm not sure if I put the fixers out or not, though. Let me go see. There we go. Once again, push the button hard and it works. So that might be the fix. But he says, do you have a legacy flamer too? I don't. Not a big fan of the legacies. All right, let's see here. Do we have any more fixers to put out? I did craft a bunch of them the other day. I'm not going to give out all of them. Some of them I'm going to keep, but Furious Explosive, that one can go. Oh, wow, I'm already almost maxed out again. All right, well, before I put them out, I should go spend some caps. So let's hit some more camps and take some more candy. Levi says, Scorched Beast Queen in 5 minutes. Cool. All right. Let's see. Candy, candy, candy. Where is your candy? There it is. How about a vending machine? You got anything I can waste money on? I don't really need anything, but... we still have that stupid cap limitation. I would be a huge advocate for just getting rid of the cap limitation entirely. It doesn't really make a ton of sense at this point. Dumbass. I honestly hate that they fixed this. The note used to just say, you're the DUMASS. And it came off like the person, like the character that wrote it was just dumb, but I'll grab both of those. Why not? Save up those dragons for... if and when the time comes to craft more. Oh, here comes the nuke. Radium rifle will scrap in the hopes of getting a mod.
Attention, citizens. Nuclear strike imminent. Please exit the area at your earliest convenience. Thank you.
Surface to air has been weird with the Spooky Scorched. I've not seen any at surface to air. Alright, so we got a much better nuke this time. Croesus says Max Caps makes all your vendor items gifts. Pretty much. Cousin Todd says cap limitation or challenge enhancer. Yeah, I'm not buying your challenge enhancer excuses anymore, Todd. We know what you're up to. Wow, that was fast. Alright, where am I here? So we need to trick or treat from one more. We need to do a daily op. Then we'll have all our dailies done. Then I gotta go around and take workshops. Felt kind of bad on PC today. I took hemlock holes from somebody. Usually when you see those challenges, the person doesn't actually come back to defend the workshop. But I was running out of time and I needed to get it done. And the meter was almost closed and they came back. And I had to murder them. So, you know, if you're the person who had hemlock holes, who I brutally murdered so that I could complete a challenge, it was nothing personal, you know. Just got shit to do. Alright, well this is cool. At least we get one queen tonight. That's good. What else do we have to do? More level ups. Well rested, 75%. Do we have any scoreboard to take? Demolisher outfit. Okay. No lunch boxes though. Alright, there's our nuke. I did a pretty good job hiding in the open container at Hemlock Holes. So I'm walking around looking for me. Then I just snuck out and shot him in the face. I shot him in the face, let it run. It was the last challenge I had to complete, and then I immediately logged off. Ooh, she almost got killed before she could regenerate. What is killing her so fast? There we go. Mutant Slayer's missile launcher. All right, let's go dump the Lux. Longwater says, love my Vamp Bash Shredder. Take buffs and watch the Queen melt. Apparently so. We'll go loot this one for whatever script it's holding. Head over here. Canaplex says, it seems kind of dumb to defend a workshop. They really don't offer much benefit anymore. Yeah, they really don't. I mean, now this person did have the workshop built up a bit. And hemlock holes is good for acid. So maybe they were actually using it. But I kind of doubt it. I think the only reason really to defend one is because you want a PvP. And that's fine. And fortunately, this person wasn't like some low level. They were at least level 200, I think. Y94 says they must have nerfed the queen. I don't think they changed anything. Okay, so we need to level up 3 times. We don't have to level up 3 times tonight. And I don't have to do all the daily ops tonight. But I'd like to claim all the workshops. I'd like to do at least the daily for the daily op. And we still need a trick or treat from somebody. So, really, didn't we see a camp back there? Yeah, that was It's Over Fat Kids Camp. Let's head over here and take some of It's Over Fat Kids candy. There we go. That challenge is complete. And we'll see. Do you have anything for me to waste money on? Instigating Tenderizer. Juggernaut's Cryolator. Mobster Jack-o'-lantern. See, I hate to spend this much on these things, but at the same time, the Wendigo tube for 10, really? 10,000? So for Fat Kid, are you actually selling any of this stuff? I mean, if you are, more power to you, but... Okay, let's see here. Grocery cart grill for 10,000. Let's grab one of those. There we go. We'll burn off 10,000 caps that way. Make some room, then I can put some fixers out. I'm going to do a camp build that's going to just be like a fixer store. Just because it's kind of cool. And Black says, ooh, piece of candy. Sober Fat Kid says, I'll go cheaper. It's all right. I need to waste caps anyway, and I'm going to get them all back once I put these fixers in here. Alright, so, Furious Explosive Fixer. There we go. 1,000 caps. Works for me. Movement speed while aiming. Bloodied movement speed while aiming and bashing damage. Don't love that one, but it's bloodied, so let's make that one a little more expensive. There we go. Over Fat Kid says, anyone from the stream can get a deep discount from me if you ask. There you go. And I wasn't trying to call you out there. I was legitimately curious if people pay those prices. Juggernaut's fire rate. That one's actually, I mean, Juggernauts, I don't, is it, wait. Oh, that's the other one. That's Gourmands. I don't love that effect, but other people do use it. Let's put that one out. You know what? Let's put that one out at like 1,300. I'm just totally winging it on here. They're all cheap. Okay, bloodied, replenish AP. I'm going to hold on to that one for now. Movement speed while aiming, executioners, and last shot. Okay. Movement speed while aiming and executioners are pretty good. Let's call that 15. Or no, movement speed while aiming is not. It's damage while aiming is pretty good. 1500 for an Executioner's Fixer's fine. We can always change it later if we need to. And then we have an Aristocrats with Last Shot and Stealth Field. Aristocrats is pretty good. And if you're going to run it, you probably got a bunch of caps already, so all that's 1600. Oh, can't call it 1600 if somebody's buying my stuff. Hey. Close enough. All right. Anybody else? So Overfat Kid says people do pay, and the people that ask for deals pay far less. There you go. All right. Damage to Scorched. It's still a fixer. Any fixer with any legendary effects, in my opinion, is worth at least 1,000 caps. You've got 3 stars on it. Medics. There we go. Damage increases. Let's get bloody. Yeah, that's the one I'm going to keep. Movement speed while aiming. Juggernauts. That's critical hits do more damage. Let's call it 1200. And the assassins. Yeah, that can go. Damage to Mirelurks and bugs. Another Gourmands. That one's pretty good. I'm going to hold on to that one. All 3 of these are pretty good. Bloodied, Vats criticals do more damage. I put a bloodied one in there already, and I think I got a bloodied handmade tonight, didn't I? That I'm not going to use. Yeah, this one can go up too. We'll put that up for 1,000. So there we go. You got good. Oh, bloodied with damage while aiming. That's not bad either. All right, so you got some good commando weapons you can grab up tonight for not a lot of caps. Necrosis says, I've got about 100 Scorch bags I haven't opened yet. Yeah, I got a few now, too. I should do that. Yeah, see, these are going to fly off. I'm going to be back at max cap before you know it. But I also need to reduce my stash weight, so... Stuff like that, I can't bear the thought of just scripting it. Because they were all pretty decent, except maybe for the Zealots one. Alright, what did we get? Did we get any plans? 0 plans. Oh no, we did get some. It was just stuff I already have. Any apparel? Nothing I didn't already have. Oh well, that's fine. Okay, so we need to do a daily op. We need to claim some workshops. Let's claim some workshops. Oh, look, things are just instantly dying. Okay. Well, we'll go claim this workshop. Somebody owns it. Oh, insult bots here. I think that's my favorite one.
The other is a protectron.
Necrosis says, I often reduce my vendor prices if people ask, especially if they're lower level players or I need the stash space. Yeah. I never really put anything in for a whole lot. NCR Rangers here says my internet went out for 7 hours today. That's just an absolute tragedy. I don't know what we'd do in this world if all of our internet went down for 7 hours. So more than likely, whoever was holding this place won't come back for it. But maybe they will. Bongwater says, I need Jacko pants. All I keep getting is shorts. I have 32 shorts. Randy says, only thing good about the bags is you get a lot of ammo. That's true. You do get a lot of ammo. I mean, it's not bad. I don't have a problem with the event itself. I just wish there would have been an actual event. What we really got was a reskinning of Holiday Scorched and another thing to put on our checklist. So the team is here. Hopefully this person doesn't come back to defend their workshop. It's going to be ugly. All right, we got one. Uh-oh, Doc of Death got wanted. There, I got you unwanted. Alright, we need another one. Let's head up to Hemlock Holes. I like Hemlock Holes because it's usually fairly easy to find the enemies you need to clear out. Randy says maybe something new. Yeah, that would have been nice. I mean, I get it. We're still coming out of COVID and we're not really even coming out of it yet, but I understand that there are limitations, but... And I'd also imagine that the Microsoft acquisition actually slowed things down. I think in the long run it'll result in more funding and all that, but the bureaucracy of a major corporation getting involved has to slow things down. It just does. But I really wish they would have just redone... I wish they would have just redone the Mischief Night event and put it somewhere on the map that could handle it, because it was a good event. And Mr. Kill with another $5 super chat. Thank you, Mr. Kill. Protectrons deliver jokes and roasts in such a monotone way it makes them hilarious. That's why I love Mr. Fluffy and Drinking Buddy from Fallout 4. Absolutely. Absolutely, I love him. Levi says, I disliked Mischief Night. It kept me from logging on. Yeah, it was, I mean, it was totally broken and it caused all kinds of problems, but it was a good event. The problem was that they ran it with a White Spring. So you just had so much chaos there that they put it in one of the most resource intense locations on the map, which was a huge mistake. All right, where else can we go? Grafton Steel, let's go there. If they would have moved it to, you know, almost anywhere else, they could have moved it to one of the... They could have moved it to, like, Camden Park. They could have moved it to the other one up in the northeast or northwest. Or put it in Grafton or one of the little towns. There's any number of things they could have done to make it less of a resource hog. And I think it would have been fine. John W. says, I had no issues with Mischief Night. I think I only got kicked once. I didn't play it all that much. The first night it was out, I played it a lot, and I crashed a lot. And then the Outer Worlds came out, and I thought, well, this is a convenient week to go play a different game. But I assumed they would fix the problems and bring it back at some point. I didn't think they'd just throw it in the garbage. Alright, we need two more workshops. Let's head over to Beckley. Cousin Todd says, I'm just following you and building clown fountains. Tristan says, I've been wondering, do you dabble in any Call of Duty? I don't. Occasionally I will play the single player campaigns in them because they're fairly short. It's the kind of thing you can sort of spend a day doing and get through. But I'm terrible at PvP, so... So in general, I don't go for the multiplayer PvP aspects of Call of Duty. I think I'm the only person who liked Call of Duty in space. I don't remember which one it was, but it was the one where Jon Snow was the bad guy from Mars and it was in space. I thought it was fun and awesome in every way. I really did. Everyone else absolutely hated it, but I thought it was cool as hell. Bongwater says, I'm off for the night. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us, Bongwater. Y94 says, I liked Mischief Night. They should have just disabled the car explosion for that area temporarily. Yeah, I think that could have helped. I also think though that the big problem was just the fact that you had so many people at the White Spring. The White Spring itself is just a really resource intense part of the map. Okay, we need one more. Let's head to Dolly Sods. Tristan says Infinite Warfare. Yeah, okay. That was Call of Duty in space. I'm going to continue to call it Call of Duty in space because I think that's just way more entertaining. And I think if they had named it Call of Duty in space, it would have gotten, you know, better reception. Like, it was ridiculous, and that's why I liked it. Speaking of ridiculous and in space, that's one of the other shows I got to binge while I was laid up for a week. It's on Netflix. It's called Another Life. It is just bonkers ridiculous. It's totally unrealistic. Very little of it makes any sense at all. It jumps from one completely insane thing to another. And I loved it because of that. Kupala says also Ghosts. Okay, was that... I don't know which one it was. Was Call of Duty in space Ghosts or Infinite Warfare? It was the one that had the guy that played Jon Snow in it. That's all I remember. Okay, so we still got to find another freaking cave cricket here. Chris Boyd says Call of Booty. John W. says, will you play the remake of Dead Space? I don't know. I might. It's one of the reasons I'm holding off on the sequels. I'm betting if they're going to remake the first one, they're going to remake all of them. All right, Cave Cricket, where are you? Got to be around here somewhere. This workshop sucks. There we go. You would think it would be easy to find everything, but it's a really big space. John W. says Raised by Wolves on Netflix is weird space stuff. Yeah, that one was really strange. Interested to see where it goes with the second season. I almost dropped it after a few episodes because it just seemed so weird and slow that it just didn't seem like it was going anywhere. Then by the end of it, it picked up the pace a little bit. The other one I'm still kind of holding out hope for is Foundation. It looks beautiful. It really, really does, but it's also... it's also really slow. Mr. Kill says, do you watch animated shows? The Simpsons, Futurama, Rick and Morty? I watch Rick and Morty. I feel like that's kind of losing its appeal a little bit here after the last season. I enjoyed the new show from him, Solar Opposites. I'm liking that a lot more than the newer Rick and Mortys. The new Rick and Morty episodes feel like they're there. Like they exist just because there's a contract. Is kind of what it feels like. Maybe I'm wrong, but John W. says, I read the Foundation books. They were great, but I don't have Apple TV. Yeah, it's on Apple TV Plus. From what I understand, it is a massive departure from the books. I think calling it even inspired by the books is probably being generous with it. But yeah, Apple TV, you can get Apple TV on lots of things. I'm pretty sure you can get it on your Xbox. It's like $5 a month. But yeah, Foundation, I've watched every episode and it's stunning. It looks just incredible. But it's really slow. It feels like it's picking up into something now, but I don't know. It's just, we got to see where it goes. Now they have a new show that just started called Invasion that also looks like it could be interesting, but it could also just be one of those shows about aliens that doesn't have aliens in it, which just irritates me. All right, Cousin Todd's not here yet. John says, anyone want to share their Apple TV password? Yeah, you're not going to get lucky on that one. Anybody shares their Apple TV password, they're giving you their whole Apple ID. That's not going to happen. But I'm pretty sure there's a free trial. And the season's almost over. I think it's 3 or 4 weeks away. So you could probably hold up till the end of the season and then do the free trial and just binge it all. I think that's kind of how I'm going to handle it at this point because it's so slow. I'm just going to watch it all at once. Let the last few go. John says, I want to watch Mosquito Coast. I did watch that. It's really good. I will give Apple credit for, honestly, the quality of their stuff. For $5 a month, I almost feel like I'm stealing from them. It's, I may not love it all, but the quality of it is really, really good. Ted Lasso's funny. If you haven't watched C, the first season was a little weird, as it was kind of trying to, I think it was a combination of trying to keep you engaged and world building, but especially with the second season, it's really good. A lot of good stuff on there.
There we go. I'm seeing the signal calibration has started. It's weak, but it's there.
Chris Boyd says, I watched Dune last week. An amazing in theaters. My Hero Academia last night was okay. My Hero Academia last night, and that was okay. I watched Dune. I'm not sure what you're talking about with the second part. I thought Dune was well done. I was never a huge Dune fan. I read the book, but I don't know, it just didn't really. Generally speaking, I am much more of a sci-fi fan than a fantasy fan. And when you combine the two, it just kind of irritates me. Sometimes you can get away with it and it's good, but generally speaking, once we start putting in prophecies and things like that, it starts to get a little wonky for me, and we're starting to see some of that with Foundation, so we'll see how that works out. John says, I'll try to get my sister to get it. So yeah, one thing that has always really bothered me, and am I the only person like this? You look for like sci-fi books or movies, and the category is not sci-fi. It's sci-fi and fantasy. And I'm sorry, but sci-fi and fantasy are not the same thing. I understand that a lot of people who like sci-fi also like fantasy, and that's perfectly fine. But they're not even remotely close to each other. One of them is like magic and orcs and elves and witches and goblins, and the other one is science fiction. It's completely different things, and yet they're always grouped together. Like, why can't you just... Look, really, it's just code for this is stuff for nerds. Just change the category to nerd stuff. Be straight with it. Cousin Todd says sci-fi horror annoys me more. I can see that too. I'm not a huge horror fan either. I like horror movies. You know, if I'm like dating someone and we're gonna sit and watch a scary movie or something, that's cool and that's fun. But sitting around watching it alone, I don't know, it just doesn't really do it for me. Samik says, yes, that bothers me. They're totally different. So I'm not the only one. That's good. I realized that while I was hunting for audiobooks the other day. It's like... And now, because of the way keywords work, really a lot of the time with fantasy and all that, like, you end up with a very strange amount of mommy porn in these categories now, where it's just like... total romance novel central, and I don't understand it. Not saying there's anything wrong with that category of books, just not really sure why they get lumped in together. All right, here we go. John W. says Twilight. Kepri says I like a good twist. Yeah, I was at work browsing audiobooks the one day, and like everything on the page was weird. Like, I shouldn't even say it was weird. It was just weird because I wasn't expecting it to be there, but it was just highly inappropriate content. And I'm at work, I'm like, my God, if somebody looks over my shoulder, they're really going to wonder what I'm doing right now. Like, I promise I'm just trying to find books about space aliens. And then they're really going to think it's weird. Levi says Twilight is a terrible series. Yeah, I think I saw the first one. I think I saw the first one, but I never got into it. The whole sexy vampire thing isn't really for me. Although I think I did like... There was a show on HBO that I watched a few seasons of that was definitely part of the sexy vampire trend. But it was entertaining. Cousin Todd says probed. John W. says, gonna go shower, get ready for bed. I'll check in later if you're still streaming. by otherwise, well, we'll be on for a little bit yet, but I don't know, we'll see how long, but either way, thank you for joining us and good luck with the new job. Congratulations again. Happy to hear it. Puploha says, my girlfriend denies watching the entire Twilight series recently. Oh yeah, your girlfriend definitely watched the entire Twilight series. Cousin Todd says, oh good, the Hello Neon sign plan. This is why I gave up on daily ops mostly. Yep. Yeah, the rewards are pretty disappointing. They're going to need to add some. Shane Geary says, am I black? You're going to have to expand on that one, buddy. I'm going to need a little more context there. Necrosis says daily ops are the best when you get 2 of the same plan that you already have. Yeah, the other night I got 3. I actually hit on 3 rare rewards. So I got 3 of them, and it was all stuff I already had. Alright, so level up. Let's see here. Very well rested. I still have them. Close to another level, so... Distant Thunder. We'll see if... I've had good luck with Spooky Scorched at Distant Thunder. So we'll go do that. Maybe. There, we're finally going somewhere. Okay. Morgan says, I got the recon leg. Didn't have that one. That's good.
Mass of Scorch reported in your vicinity. Have forward observer use recon scope for Defiance artillery strike. At Victoria.
There's one. So yeah, this was awesome over the weekend. But even earlier in the event when they didn't have the increased spawns, I was still seeing quite a few of them here. Not so much tonight. Noel says, is the Crusader pistol still in daily ops? Yes. Randy says, hey Todd, fix fast travel, please. Yes, please. It is not a challenge enhancer, Todd. It just sucks. Alright, so I need to log on every day this week anyway, because I've got to do the give out candy thing, so I don't really need to do all 5 daily ops tonight. Let's see here, any more things to grab. So we could probably get to 96 tonight. Level up. Let's go grab another level up, because that'll give us some XP too. We'll just do a quick grind through West Tech. See if we can do the XP grind to... See if we can do the XP grind to get to level 96. Oh, we got a legendary. There we go. Alright, anybody else hanging out over here? Nope, they're all dead. Okay, we'll run around back, then we'll go inside. Necrosis says if Todd was in this chat, he could find out all the answers to all the problems. Yep. Randy says the sales lady for the Blue Ridge Caravan was selling the plan the other day for gold a couple weeks ago. Yes, that's the other thing you can do is just keep an eye out for Minerva. She does often sell the Crusader plan for gold bullion. Mr. Kill says, I remember watching Species and getting spicy while watching it instead of horrified. I miss H.R. Geiger. I mean, I'm not saying there isn't room for a little spicy in your sci-fi. That's okay, but, you know, we're not talking about spicy sci-fi novels that were popping up here. We're talking about, you know, just straight up, you know, random... Here's a cowboy with no shirt on novels. Because I guess the algorithm thought fantasy. Okay. Alright, we got our level up. We're just going to keep grinding out the XP. Levi says, Todd fixed 3-star legendary drops. I'm tired of killing 3 stars and getting 1-star items. Yeah, I understand why that's frustrating, but that's not actually broken. That is the plan. That is as designed. It's a stupid design, but that is as designed. What they should do is just make 3-star enemies very rare. Limit 3-star enemies to big bosses like Queen and Sheep Squatches and things like that. And then make it a guaranteed item. But if you just want to farm for script like ghouls and whatnot, then there's no reason those have to be 3 stars. But, you know, as Randy said, if they just, you know, listen to what we talk about on this stream, they'd know the answers to everything. It's quite true. It's over. Fat Kid says, I can tell by that comment that you watched Maid. I did watch Maid. What comment was that? Maid was really good. Very difficult to watch. But it was very, very good. Over Fat Kid says cowboys with no shirts. Yes. That is exactly where I was pulling that from. Top of mind. I thought that was pretty funny. Alright, now we're just killing things. We're down to one dog in here. Maybe not. Oh, somebody's still walking around in here. Heard a door. There we go. Randy says, what I like for the new glitch of the week was the other day the Queen came out with no stars. Yeah, I've heard a few of those. Okay, so we got our second level. We could just grind out another level. You know what, let's run over to Foundation. Maybe we'll do that. So, I was planning on going for about 3 hours tonight. We're only at 2.5, so we can go for a little bit longer. Tasbo says, I can't take the sound of the black powder weapons. Really? There's a lot of weapon sounds in this game that irritate me, but those I don't think do.
Jen's got style that I can respect.
Oh yeah, Jen's got style you can respect. Uh-huh, we get it. We get it, Samuel. You wanna take Jen downtown to Bone Town. I get it. I get it. Chris Boyd says, I fell in Prime Fisher twice this week. That's rough. Alright. Where are we at here? Well rested 75%. Let's pop another one of those. And do I have any broiled Scorch Beast brains? I do not. Cranberry moonshine. I don't think that actually gives us extra XP. Alright, berry mentats. We'll pop one of those. See if we can grind out another level. We'll go to Huntersville. Super mutants are still the best bang for our XP buck. Moved away. Tasbo says, yay, high XP is from unyielding armor, lunchboxes, mentats, and food buffs. Yep, pretty much. I've got most of that going on. I could probably go a little lower in health, though. There we go. Probably should have did all that before I went to West Tech. But that's okay. Tazbo says, are you a herbivore or carnivore? I am a carnivore. Alright, you should have a dog running around here somewhere. Maybe not. Okay. So next place to go is a fisher site. Because if I can get some Scorch Beast brains, that'll give me a nice stack of intelligence. On top of all this. Well, it says for food buffs, try the canned meat stew. Oh yeah, that's really good. Definitely a good one to run. I just don't happen to have any at the moment. Still in caution. Is there any scorched around here? Yep. And where's our scorch piece? Do you have brains? No brains. No Scorch Beast brains. Alright, let's try this one. Okay. Now we got a legendary Scorch Beast. That's helpful. And we got a spooky. Alright, Scorch Beast, where are you? I want your brains. Bring me your brains. Uh-oh, he died and I didn't see where he went. There he goes. Flopping around over here somewhere. No brains. Okay. I mean, we don't really need Scorch Beast brains, but gives us an excuse to go Scorch Beast hunting. Chris Boyd says I have 6 brains on me right now. Well, hey, if you're in the world, I'll take them. Oh, we have the talking robots over here.
Yeah. Do you know how we got here?
Oh, that was convenient. Scorch Beast making poor life choices makes my life a lot easier. Another heart. Alright, we got another rank. Alright, so we got a long way to go to get to 97. I don't think we're going to get there, but bang, Red Wolf. Ah, this must be Chris Boyd. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's cook them up. Randy says pick the ores for more Scorched. Yeah, you can do that, but really what I wanted was Scorch Beast brains. Has anybody heard if they decided to I know they mentioned on the PTS that they were fixing that you were not going to be able to do that anymore in the future to pick the ore to generate more Scorched, and there was quite a bit of backlash from it. People were not happy that they were going to fix that. Has anybody heard if they've backed off on that very poor decision? I mean, yes, I guess technically it's an exploit, but... Oh, there was a legendary Scorched. But he wasn't spooky. The only time you ever see even the legendary Scorched is during this. And of course the holiday Scorched, which is a completely different event and totally not the same thing. Oh, we got another nuke.
Attention, citizens. Nuclear strike imminent.
Tasbo says they're still disabling it as far as I've read. I think that's a shame. Oh, there's somebody else here. I didn't mean to kill him that quickly. Ooh, I gotta make some ammo. Cousin Todd says the holiday event gives tulip suits. The spooky event gives pumpkin suits. Totally different. Obviously completely different. Totally different, completely new content. Alright, let's get our ammo crafting perks on. See how much 45 ammo we can make up. I don't know how much gunpowder I have. Enough. Okay, that looks good. Okay, and we're going to go Tormentor because I think the Queen's coming down. Randy says, I did a Fisher site and got 45 Spooky Scorched. Oh yeah, over the weekend with the increased spawns, I believe that. Absolutely. Darian says, I was having a debate. Are these kill the enemy events lazy? They're all the same. I mean... it's kind of lazy. At the same time, I don't think every piece of content that gets added to the game needs to be some earth-shattering thing. I like events like this. They're fine, but Halloween is a big deal. People like Halloween. People, you know, they give their characters costumes and all kinds of stuff. It makes a ton of sense to have a real Halloween event. And we currently just don't have one. I mean, really, the Mothman event that's coming out, that's on the PTS right now, is way more like a Halloween event than anything else. You know what? I think I cooked up Scorched Beast brains and I never ate them. Alright, Queen, where are you? Alright, we're gonna get some hits on the wings, get her down on the ground. Cripple those wings. She dead already? Holy crap. Did I even get enough? Okay, I got enough damage. Alright, we're like 3/4 of the way to another level already. And I'm over encumbered. That's going to be in the rads, I think. Maybe not. Maybe we can loot it. Alright, I think I used up all my script for today, though, so I'm going to have to stash some of this stuff. Alright, there we go. Cousin Todd says the Queen's non-legendary for me, everyone else too. I honestly didn't even notice. Maybe that's why she died so quick. Yeah, it just says Scorch Beast Queen. Usually there's stars or something there, right? I think so. That legendary Scorch Beast out here probably has some stars on it. Yeah, legendary. Well, I don't know. I thought I got a legendary item from the Queen, but maybe not. No, we don't need to go there. We need more XP. Where are we at? All right, we're almost to another level. Let's do Nira. I haven't done Nira for a while. Randy says that's still happening. I don't know if it's still happening or not. My understanding was that it had to do with increasing the spawn rates of the Holiday Scorched. But now that that's not happening, one would think that it would have gone away. But, you know, Fallout 76 is going to Fallout 76. At this point, I don't even care. Legendary, non-legendary, whatever. It's just script. There's plenty of it around the map. Okay. Get upstairs. I think we'll probably level up in here. Maybe not. We might need to make one more stop. Hey, why aren't you dead? You live too long. Almost had him. Come on. Okay. Do I hear a cargo? I do. Yeah, I'm not chasing you all over creation. Sorry. Darian says I have like 4,000 legendary cores, but modules, yeah, they need to fix that balance. They really do. Okay, so we still need a little bit more XP. I'm not chasing you all over the place, but if you're going to hold still and let me murder you, then that's fine. Where'd the crate go? Now, come on, game. I killed it. I want my key card that I never use. Well, so much for that, huh? Oh, there it is. Okay. Just took a minute for the smoke to start.
Unauthorized access of secure transport container. Starting self-destruct countdown.
All right, so we need a little more XP.
Detonation in 5 minutes. Unless
Riding shotgun is on. It's not going to get me the XP grind I need. Let's head to... I mean, it might, but let's head to Harper's Ferry. Cirque says I'm still trying to get a full set of unyielding Secret Service armor after 16 months. I do have a full set of unyielding Secret Service armor. It's just not a very good set. I think at least 2 pieces are just 1 star. Which I'm honestly kind of okay with. I'd love it if they were better, but the reality is, as I've said before, Fallout 76 is easy. Having cool gear is great, but it is absolutely not necessary. Darian says Secret Service is easier because it's only 1 module. That's true, but you're not guaranteed the number of stars either. Alright, there's our level. Oh, so it's ghouls here today instead of Scorch or super mutants. Oh, there's some Scorched. Other legendary Scorched, but not a holiday Scorched. I'm done. I'm just done trying to even pretend they're different. Bethesda, if you want them to be different, make them different. There's a Spooky Scorched. Okay, so... we could probably get to 97 tonight if I decided to grind out the daily ops, but who really wants to do that? Unless you guys want to do it. If you guys want to grind out the daily ops, we'll grind them out. But I don't really want to, honestly. I think I'm cool. I think I'm good on the daily ops. Got to come back every day and do them every damn day anyway, so... okay. Cousin Todd. Tulips aren't pumpkins. Yes, Todd, I know. What I'm doing, Todd, is calling you out on your bullshit. Randy says do it. I mean, it is a pretty easy one tonight. We could do it. And then this week I could just come on and do my candy challenge. And save finishing till next week. Hey, you know what? We got a bunch of people watching. Let's do it. Screw it. Let's do it. Anybody who wants to, we're going to jump into another daily op here. If you don't want to do another daily op, then feel free to jump off the team so that somebody who does can join in. Matasbo says, can we have an option to stop the pop-up notification for the crap we pick up? It would be gosh darn nice. I'm actually putting together a list of... I'm going to make a video, and I'm going to do it closer to the end of the year. 5 little things that drive me absolutely insane about Fallout 76 that I want them to fix in 2022. And that is one of them. These items popping up on the screen and taking up half the damn screen are so annoying. I get it. You want to show me the thing. You know, you want to let the dopamine rush happen or whatever, but, you know, I'm over the dopamine rush. You know what would make me happier is if I just saw my number of script tick up when I picked up this garbage. It would just make my life easier. So, yeah. All these little pop-ups are super annoying, and that is very, very high on my list. Cousin Todd says, no daily ops, grinding is fine by me. We'll do at least one more. I plan to go for about 3 hours. Even if we do 4 more, they're taking about 6 minutes apiece, so they're not going to be too bad. I am starting to feel the consequences of long-term seeding here, so we'll see how I feel once the 3-hour mark hits. Alright, I'm just going to run in and get it started. This is a pretty easy one, so...
This is Initiate Dodge. We've lost contact with the uplinks in your area. We'll need them operational if we hope to keep tabs.
Tasbus says auto script, yeah. Yeah, at this point, I mean, with legendary crafting, with all the stuff we have, like... I just think it makes more sense at this point for legendary enemies to just give you script. I understand that there are... Where the hell am I going? Oh, this one's an easy one. No problem. Uh-huh. Super easy. So easy even a fisty can get lost in it.
Signal calibration. You won't take that lying down. Brace yourselves.
Smeek says, how about the 2-step pick a perk, scrap a perk minigame? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't bother me that much. Because I can see scenarios where you might regret having done that. Like if you went in and just auto-scrapped all your perks for perk coins. Cousin Todd says, I do like the randomness of legendary drops, getting stuff you might like but would never craft. Yeah, I mean, there's something to be said for it. I can see both ways. I just wish it didn't have to pop up a giant friggin' thing in the middle of my screen every time I pick one up. Tasbos, if I have auto script after level 50 or something, I could see that. Then again, if you turn the legendary drop system all into legendary crafting, well now we're kind of getting rid of the, oh, I guess it's magic thing. Like, you could really build an interesting legendary weapon crafting system. Oh no. Cirque says, at least we got Bethesda to remove ultrasight ore spawns. That was so getting out of hand. Yeah, really. What a stupid thing to remove. Pretty sure whoever came up with that's the same person who came up with the infinite scrolling Pip-Boy. Like, this person is in charge of the department of things nobody ever asked for.
Signal calibration of uplink 2 underway. Stick close, keep shooting, and make this one fast.
Randy says, wait for auto-looting. Your screen will be full for a while. Yeah, I've played with it a little bit. And again, I love the concept of auto-looting. Very cool. But, yeah, you got to get rid of this crap in the middle of the screen. It's ridiculous. Or pop it up on the left side, like Vault Boy. I don't really need to see this big, giant thing for a piece of armor. Or a weapon, for that matter. Tazbo says our speakers will blow out too and bleeding ears. Yeah, that's going to be fun too. They definitely need to address some of the sound issues. The other one that's probably going to go on my list that may not be popular is the sound of explosive guns. Especially when you have them in large concentrations. It's horrible. It's just total ear rape. It's awful. But yeah, I usually try to just stay very positive as a rule, not because I want to kiss the game's ass or anything, just because I try to be a generally positive person. But after what will be 3 years of playing Fallout 76, I think I've earned the right to take 10 or 15 minutes and bitch about 5 things that drive me nuts. Mr. Kill says, I love explosive weapons. I don't have an issue with explosive weapons. I have an issue with the sound of explosive weapons. Noel says, the only sound I hate is the one Mirelurk Kings make when they do their ranged attack. That's interesting. Dirk says, we all need more legendary Raider power armor drops. I for sure don't ever get enough. Yeah, that's another thing they need to fix. You know, all these legendary power armor drops, they're all Raider and T-45. Nothing else drops. And this is not some unknown issue. It's been known since it came out. Fix it. There's the top cheese. Sean says, I still miss nuclear winter. Yeah, I agree. Alright, we definitely didn't get anything good from this because I already did it on this character. Tazbo says, don't try to reinvent the wheel, just smooth the ride out. Yeah, unfortunately, I think that's what they've been doing now for 3 years. And, you know, I'd kind of like to see a little bit of wheel reinvention. I'll tell you what I really want. Because this will be another video, is that there'll be 5 things that I want. Rather than 5 big things I want. This whole area of the map here. There's nothing there. You've got some icons here. You've got some things here. Like, why? Give us more map. Let's go. I need more area to explore, more stories, more world building, more environmental stuff. That's what I want. You've got the bridge going across here. Any other Fallout game that had a bridge that was like blocked up so you couldn't cross it meant eventually you're going to be able to go there. So I want this whole space. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be Kentucky. Let's have it. Let's have it. Let's see what else you can give us. I am ready. And I mean, I guess you could make the argument that you've got a bunch of space up here too, but this area just seems ripe for it with the river here. It just seems very explicitly designed to be a space that will eventually be filled. Noel says, are you excited for expansion or for expeditions? I am. I'm also keeping my expectations limited. Tristan says, Dock of Death is out of here. Have a good night. Thank you for joining us. Dirk says, I love this game, but that's what gets me upset. Most people who play have so many great ideas, but it seems no one is listening. Yeah. I mean, my hope is that the Microsoft acquisition will eventually lead to some better, all right, let's do another one. My hope is that it'll eventually lead to more investment, and we'll see where it goes, because I don't think we're going to see another main Fallout title for a while. I think it's going to be more of a ride, you know, take the long ride with Fallout 76 and see what you can add kind of thing. Right, I'm going to change us to a daily ops team. And I'm not going to screw around in here. We're just going to get them moving.
Come in. This is Dodge. I've lost contact with the uplinks in this area. I'm trusting you to get that resolved.
But yeah, I understand that the game launched really rough. And, oops. And as a result, they needed to smooth things out. They needed to do a bunch of stuff with it. I get it. You know, you needed to make it more desirable for new players. Totally understandable. However, at some point, you gotta put some stuff in for the people who've been playing. It needs an end game. It needs more content. It needs more story. Enough is enough. And I'm lost again. I have no idea what I'm doing in here. This is what happens. I go on my rants and I just lose track of everything. Okay, I think this is the right direction. Here we go. Matasbo says a new biome. Yeah, that's what it needs. I mean, I get it. That's a lot of work. I don't expect that kind of thing to come out like every 3 months, but 3 years in, I expected to have some new places to explore by now. I should probably switch to a vampire's weapon, shouldn't I? Because this is not the sneaky one. And there's Levi on the team. Who else is? I'm pretty sure after a few years, updates are going to be even slower when Bethesda diverts workers to work on different games. And that's going to be the big question is, you know, are they going to do that? One of the advantages to being purchased by a company like Microsoft is that you now have more money. And, you know, Bethesda can say all they like over the years about how, oh, we want to be a small team and this and that and the other thing. That's bullshit. All right? That's absolute bullshit. You have small teams because you don't have money for the bigger teams. That's the only reason. Now you do. So, will they create a permanent Fallout 76 team? It seems... Oh no, we crashed. We crashed. Can I get back in? I think there'll be support for the game as long as there's a significant number of people playing it, and if it's on Game Pass, there's going to be. But the question is, how much support? Chris Boyd says, thanks for the stream and thanks for the ad. Gonna get some me time. Good night, Chris. Have a good one. Thank you for joining us. Mr. Kill says the Todd has spoken. All All right, let's see if I can get back in there before they end it.
Signal calibration started on uplink 2. Give them hell in the meantime.
See if I can find everyone. All right, here we go. Here we go. I got a little far away from it there, didn't I? Cirque says, I can see Microsoft saying all new content will only be accessible to Fallout First subscribers. Reasons? How big is the player base in reality? Cost-wise, is it feasible to add content that's free? Yeah, I don't know that I see them doing that. Microsoft, remember that Microsoft's goal is Game Pass. All Microsoft cares about is Game Pass. So if they can keep seeing subscriber numbers for Game Pass go up, they're going to be happy. And this is the kind of game that makes Game Pass sticky. If you start playing it on Game Pass and you like it, you're more likely to continue to keep Game Pass. 30 Scavs here says I'm late as usual. Well, welcome. Thank you for joining us, late or not. But, you know, the positive of Fallout 76 for Game Pass is the game looks good. It's a Fallout game. It's a major title. It does have a strong number of players, especially on Game Pass. So, it's definitely an attraction. Will you pay $15 a month for Game Pass just for this? Not necessarily, but the other reality of Game Pass, I think, is that it's not going to be $15 a month forever. Eventually, it's going to get more expensive. So, there's almost an argument to be made for Fallout First being detrimental to it. That it might make more sense for the whole game to be accessible via Game Pass. Otherwise, you feel like, oh, I'm paying $15 a month to play Fallout 76. I'm paying $15 a month so that I can pay $13 a month to play Fallout 76. That's the beauty of a company like Microsoft being in the picture, is I'm not saying they're doing things out of the kindness of their hearts, but they're a multi-billion-dollar corporation. I think this week they became the most valuable corporation in the world. At least briefly. So Microsoft isn't broke. They don't need to... They're not in a position where they need to shake everybody down for every dollar to pay the bills. They can play the long game. And the long game in this case is more quality content creates a stickier subscription service in Game Pass. Where the hell am I? Oh, okay. Zerk says, line in the sand on Saturday and Sunday was off the hook. I was getting 28 to 32 legendaries. It was nice. Oh, yeah. I wish that they just kept that going. That was fun. Y94 says, I do see Microsoft providing more content to Game Pass subscribers, like the first month, and the little extras here and there. Yeah, I see that. And Noel says Microsoft gave Bethesda money, and yet they had nothing to show at E3 2021. Yeah, it's not that quick. I mean, the transaction was only finalized a few months before E3. I think there are a lot of people out there that have this expectation that, oh, transaction happened and now instant content, and between there, and we're missing the reality that there's a lot of time in between there and a lot of unknowns. Like that whole 6 or 8 month period where Bethesda was going to sell to Microsoft, that became a period where they could basically do nothing. They couldn't really change any existing agreements. They couldn't really do a whole lot with anything. They couldn't mess with budgets. They couldn't mess with money because everything has to be ready for the sale. So there's only so much that can happen during that window. And then after the transition happens, well, now they're going to prioritize things. So I'm sure that all of the Microsoft money right now is being dumped into Starfield. The last thing, the absolute last thing that Microsoft wants is another Fallout 76 style release. If they release Starfield broken, that's going to be a huge problem. So they're not going to let that happen. They're going to pour every dime they can into making sure that Starfield is as close to perfection as possible. No one wants to be the next Fallout 76. No one wants to be the next Cyberpunk. Microsoft certainly does not want their first big Bethesda title to be those things. After that, however, and maybe even during the year a little bit, because we know they're still hiring people. They hired that somebody from the Fallout London mod team has now been made a writer, and I guess there's indications of that person's name in some of the code in Fallout 76, so it looks like they're working on content for the game, so that's cool. All it really comes down to is money. Money and time. And now that things are finalized, I think we will start to see some movement. But we'll find out. Cirque says $10 a month Xbox Live, $15 a month for Game Pass, $12 a month for Fallout First. Give me more than 8 friends on Private Worlds, please. Why are you paying $10 for Xbox Live and $15 a month for Game Pass? Game Pass includes Xbox Live. Don't do that. And yeah, Fallout First World's only having 8 people. Give me a break. I mean, I don't do the monthly thing. I just do the yearly because it's cheaper in the long run, but... But realistically, I paid, when I bought the game when it came out, so I paid $60 for the game, but I've now paid $100 a year for Fallout First for 2 years. And do I feel like I've gotten $200 worth of content? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. The $60 for the original game provided far more content than Fallout First. It's just such a necessity for me to be able to have it. Y94 says, Todd describes Starfield as Skyrim in space, so I'm excited. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be awesome. I mean, there was that video with email with the different settlements and cities, and it looks like it's going to be really cool. I am very excited to see it. And that'll be, when that comes out, we'll definitely see, we will definitely be streaming it and playing it and making videos about it and doing all kinds of stuff like that. It absolutely looks like my kind of thing. Circus, I took the red pill. I see Daily Ops expansion everywhere. I mean, I'm not opposed to the concept of Daily Ops. Daily Ops are fine. I really don't have an issue with them. The problem with them is that there's no incentive to play them once you've gotten the rare rewards. They don't add enough stuff to them. Why can we not get legendary modules from them? Give me a legendary module every time I complete it. I guarantee you're going to have people grinding the hell out of this thing. Same thing with Expeditions when it comes out. It sounds like we're going to have, like, a story thing, but then we're also going to have a sort of Daily Ops-like element to it that is repeatable. So I'm not sure what that means. I'd like some more information on it. But I have no problem with repeatable content like this. The Daily Ops are fine. It's just there's not much point in doing them after a certain point. Other than to tick the box. Then again, in the time it takes to do a Daily Op, you could probably just grind out that much XP for your weekly repeatable. So if you really don't like it, you don't have to do it. I suppose. Y94 says Game Pass Ultimate includes Live Gold. Normal Game Pass doesn't include Live Gold. Well, Game Pass Ultimate's the $15 a month one. I didn't know there was a different one. I don't know. Only one I've ever seen is Game Pass Ultimate. See, now what I did, though, and I would recommend, strongly recommend that everybody look out for this once the holiday season and Black Friday kicks off. Last year, Target, one of their Black Friday deals was like 60-something% off of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate gift cards. And I bought like 20 of them, I think. Or 20 months worth or something. I bought a whole bunch of them, basically. Where is our enemy leader? So, yeah, basically I got like 2 years worth of Game Pass for like $60 or something. It was ridiculous. Totally bonkers. But yeah, keep an eye out for those deals. If I see them, I will share them on my Twitter page. I don't have any I don't have any kind of like affiliate account or anything, but if I see a deal like that this Christmas time, I will post that because that was a stupid good deal. Y94 says there's $10 Game Pass as well. Might as well get the $15 Ultimate. Yeah, I mean, if you're paying for Xbox Live, if you're paying $10 for Xbox Live and you're paying $10 for Game Pass, why not do them both for $15 instead? That's just kind of a no-brainer. Cirque says I pay once a year, so much easier and cheaper. Yeah. That's how I am with Fallout First, but when I saw those deals, I was like, okay, that beats paying, because I wasn't sure at the time if I would want Game Pass, and I'm arguably not sure now, because I don't really use it all that much. Morgan says he fell through the floor, and then the distance on the screen got higher really fast until there wasn't a number anymore. Yeah, he just fell off the map. At least he came back. All right, what do we need? One more? Yeah, one more. We might as well knock it out. Make sure everybody's out of there. So last one. Again, if anybody doesn't want to do it, feel free to jump off and let somebody else jump on. But if you want to knock out your challenge, by all means, stick around. But yes, definitely, I will be keeping an eye out for that deal again because I will stock up again. And I will be sure to share it if I see it. All right, let's just Eat and drink a little. All right, and looks like there is space for one more on the team. Oh, we got to repair armor. All right, one last run through. Yeah, you can see how much I care about the rare rewards from daily ops. I have 4 other characters that I could be jumping to and playing. But I just don't care. Jesus. All the enemies are in one place. Just let me get to the thing. Come try and murder me there. Trust me, I'm going to have a hard enough time finding it. Oh, stop it.
Template signal starting to come through now. Watch for hostiles.
All right, come on. One more. Cousin Todd says, I'd like to get the skull helmet thing, but really don't want to keep trying and not getting it. I think that's one you can get repeatedly. So that might be one worth keeping an eye on vendors for. I thought I had 2 of those. Maybe not. Silver Fat Kid says, I've got one for you. There you go. Yeah, what I want out of daily ops is I want a reason to grind them every day. And when I say grind them, I don't mean play them once. I mean go in and do them repeatedly over and over again. Give me a way to grind up legendary modules. Something like that I think would be interesting, but the general rewards that you get just aren't that interesting. And not just rewards, but even chances at, like, cool fights. Make every different type give a chance for some super boss or something like that that is just a unique fight. I think that would be cool. Cirque says, nothing really as a reward is worth grinding for. Better things in the game already available. Sure to say I've got every plan but that. Yep. DJ says it wouldn't be ops, it would be called grind. Yeah, well, isn't it already? There's nothing wrong with just doing it once and being done with it, but it's something, it is a piece of endgame content. It's challenging. There's just no reason to do it more than once. And once you have those rewards, there's really very little reason to do it even then. Tasbo says, yep, add modules and I'd be grinding. See? And I don't think it should be random either. I think it should just be flat out, you complete a daily op at any level, you get a module. Period. End of story. That way, if you're in it by yourself, if you can't get a whole team and you can't get Elder, it doesn't deny it to you. And you could just sit there and do that as much as you want. Or as little as you want. Necrosis says, do it for fun, LOL, yeah. Well, that's what I mean, though. For me, the journey is the fun part. If the process of getting to the reward isn't fun, then I'm not interested in the reward. Because at the end of the day, this is all just a bunch of virtual crap that doesn't really exist, so I'm not really going to go out of my way. I'm not going to do something that feels like work to get a thing that isn't real. I'm more than willing to do fun things to get things that aren't real. So for somebody like me, putting in a unique boss fight or opening access to unique lore or something like that might be kind of interesting. I don't love the idea of connecting lore behind that, but even just interesting boss fights, getting access to unique quests maybe. And if you do X, you can get access to a special quest. Morgan says, I'm done with daily ops. I can only do so many before it becomes a chore. Yeah, and that's the whole problem. So right now, so look at these rewards. 1975 XP. That's 2 super mutants. That is 2 super mutants in West Tech. If you're popping lunch boxes, and I'm popping lunch boxes right now. So that's it. That's all the XP for doing this repetitively. 25 legendary script. Okay, that's nice, but it's random. You don't always get that. So in theory, you can turn legendary script into modules. That's nice. I could accept that, but just give me a friggin' module. Floater freezer grenades. Who gives a shit? Plasma grenades. Who gives a shit? Stim packs. Radaway. No one cares. Just make them caps, because that's all they're going to be. Extra ammo. That's always helpful. No problem there. A legendary item. Cool. No problem. But here's where they're missing a chance. So, not on PC, so I can't point to this thing, but what do you have here? You have 3 reward tiers. Initiate, Paladin, and Elder. So, on your repetitive ops, why not, if you get Initiate, you get a 1-star legendary. Guaranteed. You get a 2-star if you get Paladin. You get a 3-star if you get Elder. Done. Guaranteed drop. That's 40 script if nothing else. People would like that. Rare rewards. I don't really see why there can't at least be a chance at getting a rare reward on your repeated ops. Even if it's a small chance. I don't understand why you can only attempt that once. That's just silly to me. But just looking at the rewards here, most of this stuff is dumb. You're not going to grind daily ops for XP because, number one, they nerf the XP for the enemies that are in here. So you don't get a whole lot. Yes, you kill a lot of stuff, but you don't get a whole lot. You can use them to farm for ammo, but I still question whether that's really more efficient than just going to Lucky Hole Mine and picking up a bunch of lead and going to West Tech and killing super mutants for steel. So, really not sure that that's the best way to grind for ammo. Maybe I'm wrong, but so yeah, so you're not really doing this for ammo. You're not doing this for XP. Legendary script is fine, but it's not guaranteed. There's plenty of times you get none. The other rewards are stupid and pointless, so come up with some good stuff. Give us modules. People want modules. Give us script. People want script. Legendary cores. Legendary cores are fine too, although we have an ample supply of those. So I'm not sure how much people really need infinitely more chances at cores, but modules would be great. Add a chance for the the rewards from nuclear winter or something like that. There's things you could do in here to make this worth doing repeatedly, and they just don't. So that's why it feels like a chore, because you do it and you really got nothing out of it. So anyway, I'm gonna climb off my soapbox now. Cirque says, Fisty, it's time for you to make your own game. Fisty 69, same game as Fallout 76, just better. Cirque says, come on, run a silo, drop a nuke, scorched earth, kill queen, 2-star nocturnal rolling pin. Can't think of anything better. Pretty much. Matasbo says, I'll grind the hell out of any game that had endgame value-driven grind. Yeah, there you go. I mean, my big problem at this point is just that this is why I've kind of burned out on weapon testing, is there's just no point. There's no point. You can get a bloodied 25% faster fire rate fixer. Congratulations. Guess what? You can own everything in this game with a non-legendary fixer. You don't need this stuff. You just don't. So it's cool and it helps, but it's really not necessary because there's no content that we actually use it for. We need more bosses. You know, low-hanging fruit, the big one, is bosses from nukes. Right now, we've talked about it before. The only places worth nuking are here and here. That's it. There's absolutely no reason for me to drop a nuke over here. I mean, at Wavy Willards. How can we not be nuking Wavy Willards? Wavy Willards is awesome. It's a really cool place. I would love to run around there in a nuke fighting a boss. Fighting a giant... I mean, it should be a giant Wavy Willard. In a nuke, the Wavy Willard crocodile should come to life. But you can do low-hanging fruit here. Alright, Toxic Valley. Grafton Monster. Drop a nuke anywhere here, and you get super nukeified Grafton Monster, and it's just like the Scorched Beast Queen, and it has a bunch of ads, and everybody has to come kill it. In the forest. Now, there's not a lot of there's some areas you can't nuke in the forest, but other areas, maybe you get, I don't know, a wave of Flatwoods monsters or something. Like super tough Flatwoods monsters, or a UFO to kill. Down here, sheep squatches. That would work down here. Super sheep squatch down here. Down here we've got the Scorched Beast Queen. Anywhere else in the Cranberry Divide could be, I don't know, something else. Mire. Same idea. There should be a super boss for every one of those areas, so you can drop a nuke anywhere. Ideally, you would have unique enemies that can come out. So that's, you know, that would be really cool, because I remember for the first year of the game, Rifle Gaming putting out videos like every other day. What happens when you nuke here? What happens when you nuke here? What happens when you nuke here? And the answer after probably dozens, if not hundreds of those videos was nothing. Nothing happens. The whole point of nuking is boring. The only reason to nuke places is so that you can go pick special flowers. And you don't even need to pick special flowers anymore because everybody's duped the hell out of them. So you could just get all the flux you need from player camps if you really need it. So no need for that. So now the only thing to nuke is here and Earl. And I guess if you really want to, you can still nuke White Spring. But what's the point? Because the XP you get from glowing ghouls at White Spring is not as good as what you get from killing super mutants at West Tech. So yeah, that's why. Gabe says another method other than a nuke would be nice. I also agree with that. For Earl, for example, we should have the choice to get to Earl. We spent during, this was one of my big ones. I went on a rant about somewhere. I don't know if I did it on YouTube or just privately, but during Wastelanders, we met Lou at the crater. Lou is an explosives expert. You really telling me that Lou can blow his way into a Secret Service-controlled vault full of the nation's gold supply, but he can't blow some rocks out of the way at Monongah Mine so we can get down there and kill Earl? Is that really what you're telling me? That the only way to get those rocks out of the way is to drop a nuke on it? And how realistic is this? Lady at Foundation really wants her dad's old pocket watch, so would you please use a thermonuclear weapon so I can get it? Really? Really? Come on now. I mean, it's Fallout. I'm okay with the ridiculous in Fallout. I'm all right with it. But we should own that. It should be in the dialogue. You should be able to say to her, really? You're asking me to drop a thermonuclear weapon on the region we live in so that you can have your dad's old pocket watch? And then she'll say, well, yes. And you'll say, okay, I'm cool with that. Or you could have the option to say, let me see if I can find another way in. And then we go see Lou in Crater. And we talk to Lou. And for a certain amount of caps, or if we complete a daily quest for him or something, he will give us a detonator, an explosive device that would let us get into Monongah Mine. Wouldn't that be interesting? But wait, you say, what if I killed Lou during that thing? What if I granted his request and helped him end his life? Well, then I guess you don't have that option. Everybody wants consequences to their actions in RPGs, so there we have it. I think that would be really interesting. I think that would be a way to use those resources and all the characters they created. But, alas, the only way to get into Earl is dropping a freaking nuke. And there's just nothing said about it. It's just perfectly fine, no second thoughts, no nothing. So yes, that's how we do it. Randy says drop a nuke and wait 4 minutes until the rocks move. Yeah, there's another one. Yeah, how do you like that? Maybe you could have had a long fuse on this thing, and it takes 4 minutes for the fuse to burn down, a long, slow fuse. That would have made sense. You could have triggered it at the beginning, and then you trigger the clock, and it waits and waits and waits and waits and waits, and then finally it blows. That would have been cool. Would have made sense, but that's not how we did it. Necrosis said, raids came and left while I was taking a break from the game, yet you didn't miss anything there. You really didn't. People are complaining about how daily ops is a repetitive chore. Those vault raids, holy hell. Daily ops are nothing compared to those things. Those things sucked. They were terrible. Number one, they were buggy as hell and they didn't work half the time. Number two, the enemies were way tougher than they should have been. Or they were way easier than they should have been, depending on your perspective. But trying to find all the key cards you needed to find, and it was timed. It was awful. It was absolutely horrible. I know there were people that enjoyed them, that got really good at learning the quirks of them, but yeah, they were terrible. They did need to go. I wish they would have found a way to fix them, but as they were garbage. Cousin Todd says, I got to mention in here stuff I need more often. Thanks, it's over, fat kid. So now I really wish I had $1 million. Morgan says, and I'm not even trained to use said nuclear weapon except for a quest line. Exactly. And it's over, fat kid says, or option C, kill her. Yes, she should be in an instanced area, even if it's just a little house you walk into. Give me the option to say, lady, you're nuts. I'm sorry that your dad, whatever happened to him, but you're batshit. I'm not dropping a nuclear weapon on the place down the road so you can get your dad's pocket watch. That's not happening. And the fact that there might be somebody out there who will do it for you means that you're dangerous, so here's a bullet. It should be an option. Cirque says Tanagra Town became an issue with endless Spooky Scorched. Thought it was because players actually started visiting it again. Interesting. Noel Vega says Orbital Strike might work on the mine too. Yeah, I mean, there's any number of ways to do it. I like the idea of incorporating Lou. Incorporate some of these characters we met. You know, we haven't had any reason to visit any of them since Wastelanders. Lou was a really interesting character. Jen and her mom, really interesting characters. Jen's mom talks about how, you really don't want to meet my boss when you're down in the communist base. No, I really do want to meet your boss. I really want to meet your boss. There's so much backstory that could happen there. Batasbo says it could be a natural mutation event also. So now you have to fight a super strong, average-sized Mirelurk King with 5 times the speed. Yeah, stuff like that could be really interesting. Cirque says repetitive. West Tech run anyone? Yeah, see, West Tech, everybody runs West Tech all the time. Nobody complains about that being repetitive because you can do it when you want. And the other reason is it's a payoff. You get a ton of XP for running it, and you usually walk out with a few legendaries. You get more out of running West Tech, the average West Tech run, than you get out of doing a daily op. You get a lot more XP for all those super mutants you kill. You walk out with some legendaries. And for a lot of players, you walk out with some useful stuff. If you loot the place, there's ballistic fiber in there. There's toxic goo that you use. Like, there's little stuff in there that's good to have. So West Tech makes sense. And it only takes 5 minutes once you've done it a bunch of times. So similar time investment, arguably a little less, and you get way more out of it. Necrosis says, I hate timed events. I'm the same way. I don't mind like the way they have daily ops where you get a certain amount, you get a certain something for getting a certain time. That's fine. But the way the old vault raids were was no good at all. Nixie Lou says, hi, I'm always late. Welcome to the stream. Samik says, with a little bit of luck, I can clear a rock fall in uncanny caverns by pulling 1 pebble. Exactly. Why does this require a nuke? Levi says, I dislike the fact most PvE builds have been nerfed. Well, everything's been nerfed. It's not even a specific build. It's just the whole game was nerfed because there was so much out of alignment. And I don't really have a problem with it except for the fact that they left broken legacy weapons in the game. So if you want to do the same kind of damage you used to do, all you have to do is go pay real money for a legacy weapon on eBay. It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Mr. Kill says, don't forget the plastic from their lasers. Yeah, and the steel from their other guns. You know, there's a reason to run West Tech. It makes sense. Where daily ops, you're really not getting anything out of it other than a little ammo. Whoop-de-doo. I can get way more ammo out of Lucky Hole Mine and West Tech run. Gabe says, fighting a horde of baby Earls to reach the mine and blow it with a bundle of dynamite. That could be cool. Mr. Kill says, let it out, Fisty, let it out. Well, the other one I want to see, the other kind of event that I want to see is, I want to see some world-changing stuff. So, and these could be just total random spawns. They don't necessarily need to be anything. They don't necessarily need to be triggered by anything, but you could have like a massive horde of, let's say, super mutants or cultists or whatever. When I say massive, I mean massive, really big and all super tough. And let's say they start here at my camp, all right, or they start at a camp over here, but they go from one camp to another, destroying them. So maybe they start down here in a tougher area so that your low-level players aren't targeted right away. And if the players on the server all go to the fight, then they can stop them before they destroy more camps. If not, they're going to keep destroying camps. And the mob just gets bigger and tougher as it goes. And then eventually they just wipe everything out. And it gives you a reason to do it and work together and play it. Something like that I think would make a ton of sense. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. I mean, I can understand where that might be difficult because of pathing issues, but, you know, you can always just despawn them once a camp has some damage done. Despawn them and pop them up at another one. But that should be an event that the whole server can get in on. I think that would be super cool. And it doesn't necessarily have to have a ton of rewards. The reward is that your camp doesn't get leveled. That's the reward. It's a wasteland. We're not killing each other, so something ought to be a threat to us. Come on now. Morgan says, and how did that make you feel? Do you feel heard and understood? Writes in notebook while judging silently. Thanks for that. That's the story of my life. Dixie Lou says, have more super mutant behemoths or one as a boss. Remember that bug that used to exist where every now and again you'd get like a dozen super mutant behemoths that would just spawn all at once? It was awesome. It was totally a bug. It was completely unintentional, but it was awesome. Why can't we have this? Remember that Harper's Ferry, for those of you who are not familiar with the real world location here, Harper's Ferry is only about a 30-minute car ride from, I believe it was Vault 87 in Fallout 3, where all the super mutants were being produced. So it's very close to that. You could absolutely build that storyline in here that, you know, the wasteland, Appalachia's getting raided by vicious super mutants from outside the area, and that's where they're coming from, and there's a bunch of behemoths and, you know, whatever. There's all kinds of stuff you could do. Cirque says, Blood Eagle Arena, hope something comes of it. Oh yeah, that one too. Nixie Lou says, are each region having a boss? Yep, we talked about that one. John W. says, more cryptids and more stories. Totally agree. Cirque says, Enclave and BOS events. Yep. Nixie Lou says, that Horde idea is cool. I think that would be super fun. I don't need any major reward from doing it. It's a thing that makes me feel immersed and engaged in the world. That's the kind of thing the game needs. You know, the other thing I think they could do at this point, and I honestly think they should do, is it's time to repurpose workshops. So workshops are boring and pointless. The only reason anybody takes them anymore is for weekly challenges. You take it and you leave. That's it. Nobody uses them for anything. The resources are pointless, so nobody's going to do it unless they're looking for PvP, which nobody is. So repurpose them. Every server, as it spawns in, the different factions should own the workshops. And they should just be built up. Just go ahead and permanently build them up. So different factions own them, and based on your alignment, you can go to the workshops and buy the stuff that they sell. So Hemlock Holes, for example, sells food, sells water, sells crystal, sells acid, sells gold. That's what it sells. And based on your reputation with a faction, and the BOS and Enclave and whoever else along the way comes out should be included in that. So the better your reputation is with them, the better the pricing you get for that stuff. That would make a ton of sense to me. And then randomly, oh, our server's about to go down in 30 minutes. We got time. We got time for me to sit here and bitch and moan for a little bit. So, you know, Hemlock Holes, let's say the Brotherhood owns Hemlock Holes. And then randomly, the server, or randomly the workshop event becomes the Blood Eagles are raiding Hemlock Holes. Help the Brotherhood defend against the Blood Eagles. And then when you join, you could choose to join either the Blood Eagle side, or, you know, the Crater side or whatever, or the BOS side. And whichever side wins, you gain some reputation with them. Whichever side loses, you lose some reputation with them. There's no way to lose reputation in this game. What's the point of a reputation system? So I think that would be fun. You could make that PvP as well. But you don't necessarily have to. And because it's in that kind of confined area, even if you made it PvP, you could disable things like legendary effects and all that in there. So there's things you could do there that I think would make it, again, more immersive and more realistic. At this point, the train stations still being controlled by the dead faction robots? Why? What's the point of that? Those factions are dead and gone. We've got Foundation, we've got Crater, we've got the Brotherhood of Steel. We've got the Blue Ridge Caravan Company. How are they not running these train stations? So it's time to put some humans in there. But anyway. So for Fat Kid says, I had 16 Scorch Beasts spawn in a clump the other day. It's clipped as well if anyone wants to see it. That's cool. Cirque says, Fisty is looking into a mirror and goddamn he is special and he needs to be validated. Damn straight. I said it at the beginning while I think my mic was muted. And I'll say it again. I have the microphone, as the great movie said. I've got the microphone, so you will listen to every damn word I have to say. Gabe says they have hordes in the game already, but they wander aimlessly. They could be raising havoc. Yeah, and they're really tiny. They're not really hordes. They're like small groups. Like Stop the Scorched horde. Really, it's Stop the small group of Scorched. It's not very impressive. Levi says haven't encrypted. Yeah, I mean, all that stuff is good. There's good stuff in here, but Darian says, how about enemies being level 2 to 300? Yeah, how about it? Maybe not everywhere, but in certain areas, I think that could be cool. And raise the XP and the rewards accordingly. So, we get the point. So, I think it's cool. And, you know, I love the game, but there are things I want to see. There are things that I think it's time to see. We've had a lot of really small potatoes stuff over the last couple of years, and, you know, there's been a lot of good stuff, but there's been a lot of really small potatoes stuff, too. Mr. Kill with another $5 super chat says a working train that will take you to other regions. I think that would be cool. Even if it's just a for fun thing. Nothing wrong with that. Hop on a train at Morgantown and go down to the Cranberry Bog. Could be interesting. So, anyway, the plan was to go for about 3 hours. Then we decided to do the extra daily ops. Then you all joined me to listen to my soapbox rant here at the end. So, it's now pushing 4 hours. And it is going to be time to wrap this one up. So, tomorrow I've got to do some other stuff, and I'm going to try to work on some other video content. So, just one stream this week. For the next few weeks, it'll probably just be one stream a week. Then I go on vacation in December, and when I get back, we'll see how I'm feeling. But for now, we're going to take it easy on my back and just do one stream a week. Probably a 3 to 4 hour stream on Wednesday evenings is going to be most common. But yeah, so we're going to call it a night for tonight. Definitely be on the lookout this week for we did legendary crafting last week, so it'll be script this Friday. And if things go according to plan, I will get there's going to be a Rusty Pick and Minor Rebellion video coming. So I'm going to focus a little more on lore because I enjoy that. So we got lots of good ideas to hear tonight, and I got to vent for a little bit, and that's good. So yeah, venting is always fun. So good night, everyone. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you for the support. Mr. Kill, thank you for all the super chats throughout the night. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. I will see you all next week, but you will see more from me before then. So have a great night, everybody. Have